an addendum, if I'm using that word correctly, to the last video, something that came to me while I was just doing something right now in training. For my example, with my neck, with that experience, if I would have taken, not only if I would have added in passive treatments to hide pain, like chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, Reiki, energy work, trauma-informed Pilates, anything to take away the feeling of pain. If I would have done that, that would have set me back 4 inputs, 4 actionable sessions. But if I would have just waited, like we tend to do with pain, which is the whole point of this whole video, if I would have just, holy shit, this hurts so badly, my God, I'm so unlucky, I must have slept wrong. You never get injured because you slept wrong. It's not your pillow, it's not your bed, it's not because you threw a ball wrong, it's not because you ran wrong or you stepped wrong or you think wrong or anything like that. It's straight up your body's inability to adapt to the environment you put it in. Done. There is no wrong. It's just inability to adapt. Done. That's it. Save your pillow. Don't throw away your mattress. Don't hire the throwing mechanic guy. Don't do a biomechanical analysis with some yo-yo. Don't get orthotics. Don't change your shoes. Okay. But if I would have just waited and allowed the neck to calm down and allowed it to comfortably get to a point where I no longer sense it, maybe it's 5 days, maybe it's 3 weeks, and wouldn't have done anything because everybody's got under this assumption that you can't do anything when you're in pain. That when you experience an injury, you got to totally shut down everything, even emotional stuff. You just got to shut it all down and just chill and wait for it to pass. And then you start back at life again. If I would have done that, I would have had to have rehabbed and trained to offset the damage that taking that time off would do. Because if you listen to my podcast, you taking days off, it's about 3 active sessions for every day off of movement inputs greater than anything you had ever previously done before. That doesn't mean complexity, that doesn't mean volume, that just means your intention and a movement input, if it's not present for your body to adapt to and grow, you get set back 3 is about what I've noticed. So if I would have taken time off 5 days, 15 days, I would have set myself back half a month to a month and a half to where I'd then have to rehab from that time off. Let alone my state of being that I was in to where my body said, hey, you're not prepared for the environment you were in emotionally, physically, intellectually, mentally, spiritually, and I'm going to let you know that. You got to change some stuff. So I would have had to rehab that, no problem. That's the point. That was the whole point of pain and lockdown and stiffness and tightness and symptoms. But if I would have taken off to wait for the pain to subside before starting to input movement into my body to raise my level of adaptation greater than what it was prior to that event, I'd have increased the length of time of everything beyond. Now, some of you are like, shit, that's me. I've done that my whole life. So what am I, 90 years behind? You've got some work to do, and that's fine. But if you can inflect with intention some input greater, and there's no limit to that input. The level is infinite. That you can close the gap on some of those time breaks. And time is bullshit anyway. But yeah, just so if you're there and you're like, damn, that's been me my whole life, which is why you're experiencing these chronic debilitating things now. That's okay. At any point you can change and we can reverse and undo and just forget. You won't even be aware of. Your system will not be aware of that because you've pushed yourself to an intention level so great, emotionally, physically, mentally, intellectually, spiritually, greater than anything that's ever caused a trauma before in the first place, any cause of damage. All right, I just wanted to clear that up because I didn't add that in. Always work with the pain in training and rehab, pure training and rehab. All right, I'm out.